You're about to learn how to get your tack clean and beautiful and healthy using the Sterling Essentials method. And this is so helpful because what most riders do is clean their tack with a sponge. And that means that a lot of their tack really isn't getting clean at all. And so that means they're left with dirty, grimy, residual buildup on their tack and a really dull finish. So we're going to fix all of that in this video for you and take you from that frustrated equestrian with dirty tack to an empowered equestrian. So let's get started. Okay, so to begin with, you're going to want to clean your tack with a nice, soft, clean, dry towel, not a sponge. And you're thinking, why not a sponge? Well, look at this little guy. I mean, he's small and he'll go around and do a little cleaning for you, but as he observes moisture and dirt and grime, his surface just gets dirtier and dirtier and dirtier. Before you know it, you're just really pushing around all that dirt and grime. No good. So instead, highly recommend using a towel, right? It's got all of this surface area, and so you clean an area, towel gets dirty, you flip, you go to a new area that's clean, clean, flip, and that way you're not just transferring dirt from one spot to another. And the other thing, towels are great, but then if you want to up your game a little more, use a microfiber cloth. I'm sure you've seen, on TV or when you're dusting at home, that microfiber cloths are super great at trapping dirt and fibers and gunk, and they hang on to it really well. So the cool thing then about towels as well, once they're dirty, you throw them in the wash, they're ready for next time. Super green way to go. So when cleaning, I like to start at the top and then work my way down. And I start with the area that is the least dirty, which actually really is your seat. I mean, your patootie actually keeps it pretty clean while you're riding. And that way, I'm not always moving dirt from a dirty area into a clean area as I clean, but just getting dirtier and dirtier and dirtier as I go. And as I clean, I'll just flip to a new area on the towel as well to keep from moving dirt from one place to another. And also make sure as you use your product that you don't let it dry, that you work fairly quickly, because as that product dries, that's a surefire way to just have more dirt attracting to your saddle, all of that gunk building up, and also it's going to really get a dull finish right on your tack. And I know that's not you one, you're looking for that beautiful shiny leather, right? And the other thing I do while I'm cleaning is, you see here I'm set up in the shade, right? This is great. And why am I doing that? Because it's a little cooler. The saddle's in the shade, it's not in the bright sun getting hot. And if your saddle is warm and getting hot in the sun, or if it's a really warm day, the pores actually start to open up, and the dye that's in your saddle can then start to leach out, and your cloth can pick it up. And so I ask you, have you ever had, a little brown patootie after riding on a really hot day? Well, that's exactly what's happening. The heat of the day is opening fibers, helping release the dye of your tack, and it's getting right on your pants. Same thing. So pick a cool place in the shade if you can, or a cool day, or in front of a fan in the tack room, something just to help your tack stay a little bit cooler so it doesn't start to leach out. Also, don't forget to clean all these nooks and crannies, like by your bars and the billet straps and the underside. I mean, most riders miss these, and so you get tons of buildup and gunk in these spots over time, which really deteriorates your leather. I mean, especially your underside, which gets so sweaty from sitting right on your horse's back. So take 30 seconds after you cleaned everything else and make sure you clean this underside too. Now, if you're like me, you think that saddles are really easy to clean and bridles are a little bit more work. I used to think that too, but for years now I figured out the trick. So take a towel, hold it behind your tack, spray, voila, an easy wipe. And it makes it so easy to clean braided reins, your bridle, tooling, martingales, you name it. So once you're all squeaky clean, it's time to go ahead and condition your tack, but only if it needs it. And so how do you know if it needs it or not? Well, that's a conversation for another time. But now you know how to get your tack healthy and squeaky clean and beautiful like an empowered equestrian. But that won't do you any good unless you actually protect your tack from premature degradation. And That's what most riders are going to do. They just clean and clean and clean away, but don't actually protect their tack from damage. So how do you prevent premature degradation? Well, you head over to the Sterling Essentials website and you find out in the little known leather care secret you need to know now.